category is different, hospitality.
Presentation is also different.
Yes, slightly change the narrative.
Different cap. Different hat. So, can you explain this from an entirely hospitality standpoint?
It's my hope to do that.
Yeah, because we know the rest of the stuff.
I can play?
We're just kidding. It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm supposed to present it in a different narrative. So a boutique resort for those who seek to hear nature's music from the wilderness, those who love the terrain of the hills, for those who seek solace in the rattles of the dark nights. Nestled in the parallels of trees upright to disconnect oneself from the chaos of urban life and to listen to one's heart beating in tune with the silver owl hooting and amidst rustling leaves. What made a resort boutique? It's small. A 1.74 acres land is quite small for a resort. It had to offer something exquisite out of the regular. In Wayanad, a hill district with rapidly growing tourist spots, catering to family entertainment and activity-packed facilities, properties that allow you to experience the place is dwindling in numbers. We actually de-escalated our clients' aspirations from creating a build and sell villa layout, then a family entertainment resort of this nature, to a resort for nature lovers, keeping the site as it is. Our client, one of them being a native of Wayanad, had much clarity that the sense of place had to be retained for their guests. Concepts that help achieve this was pondered, and few were chosen that sat aptly with the context. Build character was made compact with unreflective earthy materials to blend in with the surroundings. Thatch roof was attempted for the reception, which stood on a clearing that had a former house, and it also represented the inherent tribal built language. However, the roofs of remaining structures were in grief roofing sheets to stay camouflage among the green flora. It was also a no-noise material. Though a pitched roof, its pitch was fixed to give just the enough slope of rainwater runoff and not amplify the built volume to keep its presence subtle. Land being a small parcel, and since building could not be much spaced out to avoid view to another, a staggered arrangement was planned so one did not block another's view, and the sides were closed off as visibility to the next door was avoided, and large vistas towards the valley was kept in focus. This brought a feeling of isolation when inside the units, giving a sense of privacy and exclusivity. Every possible vista was kept in focus, leaned over to. Every possible opening kept open, like being nestled in with the landscape itself, though in the comforts and hospitality of civilization. Apart from the lone elephant and several monkeys, the site had little treasures that sat comfortable amidst. The large rocks split are built into two. The kitchen and dining had to be a step or two away. Coffee trunks and sticks from plantation, slender battens from the side together made for guardrails alongside the meandering paths. Oil-smeared slatted wood planks paneled on exterior walls proved effective for surface runoff, and wood-finished walls kept the visual aesthetics in tune with surroundings. We have seen how the lack of buildable land made it difficult to traverse, and how the land itself laid out its meandering paths towards a master plan, twisted and turned based on terrain. Location of the build, as mentioned, was tweaked. The larger build was planned on higher terrain, and more exclusive spaces were laid out in lower parts. The location with views were tapped for common amenities. The project was executed in collaboration with local skills. This brought in a partnership in the design detailing, sometimes towards a better way, and sometimes towards an unexpected disproportion from what design theory would otherwise suggest. Something that felt was created from within the place. The artisanal talents were reflected in the imperfectly perfect musings of the material finishes, the handmade lights, Earth materials like mud, bricks, wood, thatch was kept to keep the visual language in tune with the site. The structural system was made less permanent and easily dismantleable. Every block was structurally located to be perched, taking advantage of the land gravity for anchorage. The pool was one structure which was built in concrete owing to its static and turbulent water load. The total build was kept to bare minimum, kitchen and dining space with the biggest structures with a mere 115. Some cottages were combined as twin cottages to reduce the build sprawl. See, here's a small video that shows an experience of walking through the project. Stays in tune to the place, keeping alive its sense of place, keeping alive its natural form, keeping alive its natural flora with almost zero exotic planting and manicured landscaping, a whiff of nature to be experienced but in safe and private niches. That's what Chembarati is.
Kindly move on to the Q&A session.
Yeah, Kirti, I don't have any questions really, but I must appreciate the effort that you have articulated the same project differently as per category. One small thing that I wanted to check, because when we went to the site, they did say that there are 3 or 4 more cottages that have to come up. So can you just let us know the timelines, when was this built and what is the progress on the site?
This was completed like 2 years back. So the project was going very slow because of the difficulty to do a fast-paced construction. So when the COVID times hit, they got kind of edgy regarding they had to open this somehow to create some income coming in. So the first phase is where the amenities are done, but the units, only 5 units. It's 2 + 1 + 2. So only that has been built now. And another 2 + 2, that sort of a structure, the base is already done. So there won't be any site intervention as such because the base is already set up. What's coming up has to happen now. I think they're going to take it up soon, actually. Probably in the next 1 year, it will be complete.
Okay.
So in terms of the positioning of this particular facility, the boutique facility, what particular role did you play in terms of advising the client on sustainability issues vis-a-vis disposal of waste and so many other things that come with this? Because you are very conscientious as architects to kind of go in and tiptoe around the slopes and make sure everything's okay, but the real destruction happens when it's running and the manner in which waste is disposed from the kitchens and flows of sewage into the valleys and those kinds of things. So how do you deal with that in this kind of a high rain, high wind, high humidity environment?
Yeah. I think there are two parts to that. The initial thing was how did we advise them regarding the sustainability aspect of the site.
And also what's being followed, right?
Okay. One advantage we had was our site was not very remote. Even though when you reach the site, it sort of gives you a feeling of within the forest. We were just 6 kilometers from the nearest town. So we had the corporation public amenities that were reaching there. So recyclable waste and things like that were being managed, that is being managed that way. And as per food and other things are concerned, they are trying some, for example, trying to grow their own pepper and stuff. But a lot of the food produce is definitely coming from outside. And as an ethos, they try to keep their menu small and not go extravagant and cook as per demand and stuff, so that wastage is less. And another advantage we had, because we restricted the units to only so much. Initially, the client had actually come for a buy and sell villa development, which was not even thinkable in that land. And then he came down to a family resort, which the types we had seen just now. So that would have also been a danger. It's not a child-friendly site. So that's when we discussed and reduced it to keep it nature-loving, so that only young people can come. So they are marketing it as also in that manner. Honeymoon packages and couple visits and young nature-loving enthusiasts. That's the way they are marketing it, so that what the site potential is can be retained. Because if we had to make it a family space and all, there were more things coming in. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So, in your journey, in your personal journey as an architect, how do you place this project in terms of your personal learnings from a site?
I think, personally speaking, before starting off as our own practice, we've been working with a lot of our mentors back in the city, and we had a lot of learning before we could actually do something. So every time we tried to start doing something, we always shivered. So this project was one of that kind, because we know a lot of don't do's. So it was very difficult to really decide which is the right do to get it done. So in that sense, I think we were able to achieve a lot here. But when we focus on one part of the narrative in a project, we, I think, could have done better in a lot of other areas, like small detailing and visual aesthetics, sort of proportionating and stuff. So I think this project, though in the center of our conscience we feel we did right, there is a lot of improvisations that we can do to make it a more in the sense of hospitality. Could have made it a little more better. That in that angle, yes. That's how we evaluate it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.